Hello everyone, Kaden and I are here today to show you how to make a very immune boosting, probiotic drink called Beet Kvass. And I drink 2 of these a day. It's a little espresso shot glass. We started drinking this with just a 1 ounce shot glass once or twice a day. And now I drink the espresso cup, which is about 2 ounces a day. And they all got sick and I didn't, because I drink this faithfully every single day. It is very good for you, cleansing your liver, it boosts your immune system, it's a strong probiotic. So we want to show you how to make that. But I want to show you this. I used an old tea container to make it in. And you can see these beets, like all the life is gone out of those beets. They're only pink now, they're not dark red. And so we're gonna throw these away and we're gonna refill it. But we've been drinking out of this since December. So it's been 2 months that we drank out of this. And we never put it in the refrigerator because it's a probiotic food. It doesn't need to go in the refrigerator. And so I'm draining off the last couple drops of my Beet Kvass so that I can use it kind of as a starter in my next batch. This is empty. We have a little bit of Beet Kvass here. Now we're gonna chop these into small little pieces. I would say smaller than an inch. These are cleaned. I cleaned these, I scrubbed them. I didn't peel the skin off because it's got a lot of good microbes on the skin that you can also get some good probiotic from. So just enough that it goes through the spout of the container. So Kaden and I are gonna chop away, and then I'll show you what else goes in this. Chop away, Kaden, just cut off your fingers. We did it. So we have about 1/3 of this container full of beets that are just little squares, little cubes, all right? Next we're gonna add, Kaden's gonna add 1.5 tablespoons of pink Himalayan salt. Add it first because you don't want your funnel to be wet because then the salt's gonna stick to there. I think it's important to put in here that if you don't have leftover juice from your previous batch of Kvass, you absolutely don't need it. And you also don't need to have this starter pack to get going making your Beet Kvass. All you need is the salt. I'm gonna add the little bit of starter that I have from the last container. And what I'm gonna do, which isn't necessary, but I do recommend adding this, is culture vegetable starter. And I'll put a link to this below. And I'm just gonna add like about half of the packet, which I already used half the packet with the other one. And that'll just help get the fermentation going. And then we're gonna just fill it up with water. Good job, Kaden. This doesn't need to be in the refrigerator at all. It's preserved. It's a fermented food. In other countries, they have fermentations in vessels and they leave them out and they never put them in the fridge, and they have all different spices. They have them spiced up a lot differently, and they eat them with their food, and it keeps their gut really healthy and their immune system strong. Okay, all right, Kaden. Stop now. Okay. I'm gonna put the lid on this. And I should get up and dissolve that salt. And I'm gonna leave that on the counter overnight. And I will start drinking from it tomorrow, even though the fermentation process hasn't really even started. It's still like beet juice, you know. And as we drink it down, we all drink it, even Kaden, and he absolutely loves it. Right, Kaden? Yeah. He does drink 1 little espresso shot a day. And I'm trying to up his consumption of it to 2 times a day. But as it goes down, as you're consuming it, you can add more water and then more salt to it. And then when the beets start to get faded and pink, you can get 1 beet and you can chop it up and add that to it maybe in a few weeks. But this will last us refilling it and resalting it and adding more beets to it. We can make this last about a month. And I just keep it in my cabinet and we drink off of it every day. Very, very good for you. Beet Kvass. We recommend that you try it, don't we, Caden?
Yeah.
Caden, tell them.
Oh, I recommend that you try this. It will make your stomach feel
Beady.
amazing.
Good job. Okay, go make your beet kvass and get healthy. Bye.
Cheers.
It's almost 3 quarts. It's 2.78 quarts. So a tablespoon and a half of Himalayan salt in almost 3 quarts. And if you had a glass container, I think I would probably recommend doing this in a glass container versus this plastic one, but this is just really handy and makes it easier for us to have access to. This is day 4 and it is perfect. You can see there's a little bit of bubbles. It's tangy, it's a little salty, and it's perfect. But I've been drinking it every day, even though it hasn't been like looking like this, it's still been good for you. So what you might want to do, you don't need to put it in the refrigerator, but Kham Yeast, K-A-H-M yeast will grow on the top, which is not a bad thing. It just looks like white powdery stuff floating on top, and it's totally harmless. But to stop that from happening, I usually pour a layer of really good quality olive oil so that it kind of seals that from the air. But I don't really do that until I start noticing it, and right now it's perfect, perfect. Make this and enjoy. Good morning. Here with my Beet Kvass. Cheers. Good stuff. It's been a week since I made my Beet Kvass, and yesterday it was down to here. So I added water, I filled it up, and I added about a teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt, gave it a good shake, and just leave it sitting out like I always do. You can see the little bit of oil is floating on the top. I did add this oil, I would say 2 tablespoons to it about 2 days ago. So day 5 or 6, I think it was more like day 6 that I added the oil to the top because I could see some of the Kham yeast was about to start growing. And like I said, it's not a bad thing, it just looks ugly. And the oil stops it from growing. Yeah, that's right. I'm so sleepy. So, all right, having my tea. I am blessed. And that ends this video. If you have any questions, please message me.